Hi guys, it's Risa. How you doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm certainly doing well. I hope you're staying focused. I know it's not an easy journey and it takes a lot of hard work and planning and prepping and having things to be able to enjoy in moderation. Just because I make all these things, I do freeze a lot of it. I give things away, and I like to just know that I can have it when I want it, right? Of course, right. Thank you for subscribing and sharing at your Weight Watcher meetings, or just people that are on a health journey can just enjoy these recipes. And even if you're not, hopefully you are though, and hopefully people that you know are on one as well, because that's what it's all about, right? Being healthy. Today I'm going to teach you how to make my 2-ingredient bagels, but with a little twist. It's a blueberry lemon, a little bit sweeter, and I think super delicious. My family loves the everything bagels, so I've already done the everything bagels, and you can see my recipe. It's the same thing basically, but with a few twists to it. Okay, so you can either buy the Brody or whatever brand self-rising flour, or you can just take 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and make your own self-rising flour. Simple, right? That's all there is to it. I had just bought it, so I'm just using up this bag. And if you're making 6, you're going to use a cup. If you're just making 3, you're just using a 1/2 cup. And then you're going to use plain Greek yogurt. I just like the Kirkland. I get it at Costco. You get 3 of them for $8.99. It's a bargain, and I like to use a lot of Greek yogurt, so it's worth it. And I really like it. So I'm just going to do half the recipe because as I told you, my family likes the everything bagel ones, and I love the sweet blueberry ones. So we have to compromise. So I'm just doing 1/2 cup of flour to a 1/2 cup of yogurt. And I've already measured out the flour. And you're going to need, now I'm using stevia, 1 tablespoon. If you want to use a tablespoon of real sugar, it's not going to kill you, and it's not going to really add to the point value. So you can do that. I tell people sucrin, stevia, truvia, swerve, monk sugar you can use, okay, whatever you want, all right? There are no rules. Well, a few, but not too many. I'm going to use zest of a lemon, about a tablespoon. If you love a lot of lemon, add a lot of lemon, and about a tablespoon of the juice. I'm going to use a tablespoon of vanilla. I just buy this big bottle of it. And about a 1/3 cup or so, if you want more blueberries, add more blueberries. What I'm going to do is I've measured out about a 1/3, and then I just take about maybe like just a sprinkle over them, the blueberries, of some flour. You can just use regular flour. You don't need to use that, but it just happened to be out, and I just like to put some on before I add it, okay? Just so it doesn't sink. I'm going to wipe my hands. All right. So the other thing I like to use, I make my own cinnamon sugar. If you don't like cinnamon, you don't have to add cinnamon. If you do, then you can just sprinkle in as much as you want, about a teaspoon or so. And then I add usually half the amount of cinnamon to half the amount of sugar, or swerve, or truvia, again, whatever you like, okay? And I like to sprinkle that in, like I said, about a teaspoon into the flour. Again, if you like a lot, you can add more. A tablespoon of the stevia or truvia or whatever. Oh, the other thing you're going to need is some egg wash. I don't want you to forget. And I've just taken a whisk and you're going to add that on top. All right. So I'm going to put in, actually, I'm going to just mix this up, the flour. And I'm going to add my lemon zest, okay? So I just have this cute little zester thing. And I like a lot of lemon zest, and I love the flavor of lemon. This is more of a sweeter bagel. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. If you have convection, you can use convection as well. They become nice and crispy, but they'll be crispy anyways. And spray your donut tin if you have one. And even if you don't, you can just line a baking sheet with some parchment paper, okay? And you can just form it yourself. It's really easy. All right. And then I just will squeeze in and I'll measure to show you. Some of my lemon juice. Get a workout with this. It wasn't quite a tablespoon, so I'm just going to add a little bit more because I like mine lemony. All right. And I'm going to add my half a cup of yogurt, my Greek yogurt. Looking for my spatula because I like to make sure I get all of it. And really simple, just mix it. And I just take a fork and I just mix. And I mix a little bit. And then I'm going to add in my blueberries. Okay, and fold that in. If you like more than a third of a cup of blueberries, just be careful. Sometimes the bagel looks purple, but that's okay. I'm just going to put this down and mix it up. Make sure you get all the flour. You have to work with it. I like to just take my hand after and form it into a ball. Okay? So you just start to mix and then take your hand and you just are mixing it around. I just want to show you to get all the flour. And it just takes a few minutes. And that's okay. You just have to work with it. Okay. And you form it into a ball. Sometimes I let it rest for a couple of minutes. I didn't want to miss that extra blueberry that fell in. All right. Some people say that the flour that you buy in a bag is stickier. I don't know. I've never just made my self-rising flour, but I don't find it that sticky. And then I just take a little bit of flour on the counter and I like to just roll it in a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to wipe my hands. And you're going to take a knife and you're going to cut it into 3 equal parts, okay? Easy. I think I forgot the vanilla. Oh my goodness. That's okay. Add your vanilla to it, okay? I'm not redoing this. So add your vanilla a tablespoon. I told you I forget. Oh my God. But remember, all my recipes are written underneath the video. So I will list the vanilla. Oh well, that's okay. It's all good. At least I remembered the cinnamon and the blueberries, right? Okay, so I like to just take a sharp knife. I want to make sure you can see. Bring it back here and cut it into 3. 1, 2, 3. And what I like to do is I like to just roll it like this to start to form the bagel. Okay? And I put it in my tin that I've sprayed well. And again, you can form them yourself. I like them to try to get them as even as possible. So I just roll it and put it in. Hope you can see this. And again, just roll it. And you can freeze them. I keep them in the fridge. You can keep them out for a day or two, but it doesn't have a lot of preservatives, so you don't want to keep them out. It's better to keep them in the fridge. They stay longer. And you're just going to take some of your egg wash. Actually, what I'm going to do is add a little bit more cinnamon on it because I like that. Oh, no, egg wash. I don't know what I'm thinking. Egg wash, then the topping. So you just put a little bit over it. And then I like to put a little bit more of my cinnamon sugar on top. The other thing I like to do sometimes is add, for some extra crunch, if you want, you don't have to, you could add a little bit of almonds, you could add some sunflower seeds. I like to sprinkle on a little bit too. It makes it look pretty, just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon, really, just a few. A whole tablespoon is 1 smart point. You're not even using a tablespoon, you're just sprinkling on a few to make it look cute. So my everything bagels, my blueberry, that I forgot the vanilla. You know, I always forget it. So something, always. I think I've talked it into myself now, people. So bake it for 30 minutes, 375, okay? And then I like to broil it for about 2 to 3 minutes, but keep your eye on it because then it gets it nice and brown on top. So I'm going to stick it in and time it. Okay? And we don't have to wait this time because I made them yesterday. So these are my everything bagels. Oh, there's a bite out of it because my husband had to try it and he loved it, but he was eating something else. So he'll finish this one today. Oh my God. I didn't realize that was the one I was going to pick. Too funny. And here are the blueberry ones. You can see I put in quite a bit of blueberry. Again, you can put in 1/3, 1/2. You can just sprinkle in a few if you want, okay? But don't forget the vanilla. They are super good, super delicious, and I did put some sunflower seeds on these as well. And I hope you love this recipe and you continue to share and subscribe and tell people, okay? And visit me at Weight Watchers Tips and Recipes by Risa on Facebook too. Okay, bye for now. I've got to make some other recipes. I'm going to do a bits and bites. a low-fat recipe. So stay tuned for that and many, many others to come, all right? I'm going to be off this summer, so I'll be doing lots of videos. Bye for now.